So Kamala Harris picks a fellow super lefty in Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, as her running mate. Megyn Kelly, like the rest of the world, is shaking her head because now it's two mega lefties versus Trump and Vance. What do you think?
I'll tell you, there's a couple things. Number one, this is a clear middle finger to Jews. I believe Shapiro wasn't picked because he's a Jewish man who expressed support for Israel, including back when he was 20, where he wrote the very controversial statement that he doesn't think the Palestinians want peace. Hello? How is that controversial? Look what just happened. But it's too far for the Democrat Party of 2024. He didn't get this because he's a Jewish man. That seems clear to me. And that in and of itself is scary. That's a scary statement coming from an American Democrat Party. That's where they are right now. So what did she go for? She went for someone who's arguably even farther to the left than she is. Minnesota just changed its flag recently to very closely resemble the Somalia flag. It has the highest Somali population of any state in the United States. It's, of course, the state where Ilhan Omar is from, one of the most rabid anti-Semites we have in the country, never mind in Congress. And that's his state. Not to mention the way he let Minneapolis burn for days on end after the George Floyd killing, just let the riots continue on and defended them, saying this is what you're going to get when you have police who behave like this. This is the way it's going to go. Just let property owners have their life savings and work burned to the ground in the name of justice, I guess. He's pro driver's licenses for illegals. And on the trans stuff, he is another Gavin Newsom. He is just as bad as Gavin Newsom. He literally signed a bill that says your child can be taken away from you if you do not get him or her, quote, gender affirming care. And what he meant, he spelled it out, was puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries. So if your minor child, because he's autistic, because he's being bullied, because he's having some sort of social adjustment problems, comes home and says, I think I'm a girl and I want estrogen and I want sterilization drugs, basically puberty blockers into cross-sex, and I want my penis chopped off. You're a 14-year-old boy. If you do not say yes, Governor Walz wants him taken away from you. That's a law that he signed. He also has mandated tampons in the bathroom in the boys' rooms. This is who she picked. And this is not an old man. He's 60. So is she. So this is the Democrats saying, this is the kind of leadership we want set up for the next 16 years. She could be an 8-year president. He could be the 8 years after that, and they'd still both be younger than we have over on Team Trump, not to mention what Biden was. So this is genuinely scary, how far left this guy is. And don't be fooled. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's got a folksy manner. He ran in a blue state, but initially in a red district in Minnesota for Congress and won, which is what first got him some attention in the Democrat Party. He's a blue guy who can win in red communities. And Minnesota, while a blue state, is not far left. So the fact that he's a governor of it's not purple, but it's not like a New York or a Vermont or a California. So I think that's also going to have appeal. It's sandwiched right there by Wisconsin and Michigan. So they think it'll have like a bleed over effect, where it'll help her in the Midwestern states, in the Rust Belt, in which J.D. Vance is, supposed to be so appealing, and I think is. So he comes to this with National Guard service. He was a high school geography teacher. He's sort of like this guy who talks the way everybody talks, like a normal guy. He's the guy who coined the J.D. Vance is weird. Republicans are weird phrase, which went so viral. It was just like such a natural phrase. And people are like, yeah, that's how we talk. Yeah, they are weird. That one phrase could have gotten him chosen. That plus the fact that he's not a Jew. And so people say, yeah, he seems normal. He's like a normie norm, unlike Kamala, who does not seem normal at all. But honestly, he might be further to the left than she is. We don't know, because she's disavowing all of her most radical policy positions through a campaign spokesperson. She herself hasn't spoken to any of this. So we really have no idea what her true feelings are on anything. But him we know. And it's scary.